Okay, so let us start with the things. Okay, so like in the previous session, what we were doing was we saw how we create some data sets, right? So we learned on part of creating data sets. We create data sets by using or with the help of the existing data sets as well. Hey, hi, Saurav. Right, DSP31. Okay, so there's some merge batch, right? Okay, so before I move ahead, anyone, any doubts or any questions that you would like to ask before I start with anything new today? So are you all having the SaaS software and everything installed on your machines?
Sir, am I audible?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, yeah. So I think your voice is coming very low.
Sir, now I'm audible?
But it's very low, I mean, yeah. So I'll try to hear you out.
Just a second.
Okay, so I'll just open up that code that we wrote previously.
So now I'm audible.
Yeah, Kriti, I mean, I can hear you, but it is very low. I just put up a question.
Okay. So I just wanted to know one thing, like what is basically the purpose of informatics? Because कभी हम उसको format में लेके आ रहे हैं, कभी फिर उसको format से बाहर लेके आ रहे हैं. So I'm not getting this.
Okay, I'll just help you out with that. Just give me a moment.
Hanji, and one more, and the last question is, when we were creating a new data set from the already existing data set, तो आपने बोला था that it is not the exact replica of what is already existing in our system. तो उसका मतलब क्या है exact replica? Because हमारी observations and हमारी variables तो exact ही थे. तो फिर what did you mean by it is not an exact replica?
No, it is an exact replica.
अच्छा, it is okay.
See, what happened is, so let me just show you something over here. Like your question was, I think, regarding the informat first of all. Okay, so let me just clear that out. Okay. So we were using this file. Yes, I'll just take this example only, the file that we use on that particular day. Okay, so see, just now if you see this file, what I want to do is I want to load up this data into my these SAS. I want to create a SAS data set out of this, right? This is a txt file, this is a dat file that I'm having, and I want to consume this data in order to create a the SAS data set. So now if you see over here, this is a part of a date. Okay, this is a date, this is a date, and you can see over here which is coming as date over here. Now what we mean by informat is, so if we just forget about informat for a while now, let me just ask you a quick question, like in what format does the SAS saves the date? So what is the format in which SAS saves the date? No, number. So date is saved in the format of number, right? So you remember we studied something like 0 means 1st Jan 1960, and as we moving ahead, so it keeps on adding 1 over there, right? So SAS saves the dates in the form of a number. So what we do is, basically, if suppose I just have any column with me, right? Just assume that I have any column with me. If I open up this SAS and I go to any of my libraries, so let me open up this data set queue. You see this over here. Okay, I'm just opening up any data set. Randomly, I opened up this data set. You see, there is one column of salary. Okay, what will happen is, this is a number. Okay, this is a numeric. Now, SAS doesn't know whether this is some amount that I'm trying to showcase, or is it a date? It doesn't know that. SAS doesn't know this. Okay, it's just a plain numeric number that it knows. Now, if I run my procedure, I run over here that I'm saying I want to use proc print data is equals to tsp 55 dot crew. Okay, what I'll do is on this column itself, I'll apply a format. I will apply format on the column of salary, and I'll say I want to apply a format of date 9 dot. So I'm applying a format on this, and let us run this. So if you see now, the output is that number is coming in the format of date. So 2 April 2072, 25th of July 2058, right? It is just giving us the different dates over here. And what was the data set? This was a number. Okay, this was a number that I had. So I just applied a format on this, and it changed it into the form of the date itself over here. Now, this is something when we already have something in the form of a data. And this is a format that I have applied, which has actually changed the output, and it is coming in this way, right? Now, if suppose I already have a data that is in this format. Okay, now if I just say that this is something that I have, this is something I want to store in my SAS. Okay, so I'll just bring it onto this over here. I'll bring this over here. So now see, SAS will not understand, right? Because it has basically some text into it. So for this, now SAS cannot convert this directly into a the SAS cannot directly convert this thing into the form of a the character over here, right? So if you will see in this, just wait a moment. Okay, if you will see, SAS will not by default, it will understand that this is a date. For SAS, it is just a character data right now. It is a character data. Why? Because it has some characters in it. It is a character data by default. So what I will do is I will tell SAS that this is basically not a character data. There is a format that is applied on this. Okay, and what we are doing is we are telling that what that format is. That is date 9 dot. Okay, because if you see, when I executed that the command, okay, when I executed that command over there, so what happened in that case was I had written in that code that I want to have a salary with a format of this. So that is why it came in that output over here. So now while storing this data, that is why I will have to actually remove that format in order to make sure to make SAS understand, there is a format applied on this. In the beneath this is just a number that has to be saved off. So that is what we understand by the in format. Is it now making sense? Okay. So still not clear to you? Oh, don't worry, but you just give me a moment. See, let's do one thing. I have a file with me. I'm just opening a file. Okay. See, this is an Excel file. So what I would like to do is I would like to load this data and create a data set out of this Excel file in my SAS. Okay, so if you see now, this is the date that you have. Now, what is the format of this date? If I ask you, what is the format of this date? So what format is it? Okay, so if this is basically, if I talk in the language of the SAS, so this is basically MMDD YY 8 dot. Okay, this is the exact format if I have to talk in the term of SAS, right? Because if you will see in the date, you are having total of 8 characters in this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4. This is 8 or 10. In fact, this is 10, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 10 dot. Basically, this format is 10 dot that we are using over here. Okay, it is not 8, it is 10 dot. Okay, now this is exactly the format is. Now, if I simply load this data, so what I'm trying to explain is with this is not, see, automatically SAS will not identify, right? It is not a kind of automatic system where it will identify that this is the date. No, because we have learned that SAS only has two types. One is numeric and another is character. These are the two types of data that we have. Okay, so date is not any data type. See, if you are working on some SQL server or R, so over there date is also a recognized data type over there. So as a result of which the softwares are able to identify that this is a date that you are giving as an input. Now, because SAS only has two type of inputs, one is numeric and another is character. So because of this, what additional step I have to make over here to SAS understand is that I will tell that, you know, this order date column that we are having, this order date column is basically, there is a format that is applied on this, that this is a MMDD YY 10 dot. Now with this SAS, what SAS will do is it will decode it. It will understand that the first two characters are month, then the two characters are day, then the last four characters are year. So because this, with this format, it is able to read that data. Okay, so that is how what is happening is, then what it does is it understands, okay, you know, this is a, it is with the help of this, it is able to understand that this is a format that is this, and if I change this in the form of a number, this is what a number will I will get into the background. Okay, so let us load this data over here. If I just come into this, okay, I'll come and let's import the data. Yes, from an Excel I need to import. I'll browse the folder where this file is. I think, you know, we do not have that utility of this stuff. Just give me a moment. Just okay, the file was okay. So I'll just take this up here. So what I'll do is I'll explain you in the last of the class so that you make sense of it, right? I'll just explain you in the last of it. Okay. So it is not a tricky task, it's just that understanding that is required. Okay, nothing much on that. Okay, so all of you, do you all have that data set with you, right? The one that we created on that previous day, right? The last session that we were using. Okay, so we created that data set of DFW, the LAX that we were creating, right? So that was the data set that we were using. So what I'll do is probably I'll create that data set one more time so that we can use that up. Okay, so we created that data set in the work library. So I've just created that data set one more time. Okay, so this was what the data set was that we were using in the previous session. Okay, do you all have this, or should I share this code with you so that you can all create this again? This class, do you all have this code of that DFW LAX, the code that we created? Okay, so let me just share this up with you. Yeah, please create this data set. You will just have to change this path, right? This path where the file is placed, rest everything has, nothing has to be changed. You just need to create that data set over here, and this is what you will get. Please, so class, just I just need some quick call is coming. Just give me 2-3 minutes. In the meantime, you can all create this data set. Okay, just create it up. I'll just be back. Okay, yeah, class. So do you all have this data set now? Have you all created this? Okay, so now today what we will learn is how we can do some conditional processing on this data sets. Okay, how we can do if you want to add up some columns into your data set based on a condition, right? If else condition. So how we apply the if else condition over here in this the SAS. So this is what we will be doing it today. Let me increase the font size. Okay, so the conditional processing. Okay. See, how do we use the conditional processing like the way you would have used in SAS, R, and Python? In the same fashion, we use the if condition over here as well. Okay, like we have this data set over here. Okay, so say suppose what I want to do is I want to calculate the revenue. Okay, I have the number of tickets that were sold in first class, number of tickets that were sold in economy. Now, based upon this, what I want to do is I want to calculate, say suppose, a revenue. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to calculate maybe probably revenue in the base that, say suppose, if a person was going to LAX stands for Los Angeles and DFW stands for Dallas. I am saying if the person was going to, say suppose, Los Angeles, the ticket was of say suppose first class ticket was of $100 and economy was of $50. And when a person was going to Dallas, the ticket was of $50 and $25. Okay, this is what I want to achieve. So what I'm trying to say is for LFW, my first class ticket is of $100 and economy is $50. Okay, and likewise, if a person is going to DFW, that is Dallas, my first class is for $50 and economy is for $25. So I want to calculate the total revenue. So how we will calculate that? So let us write that code over here. Okay, so let us create that code. So how will I start? How should this code start over here? Okay. So because I am working on a data set, I have to make a change into my data set. So what I will do is I will use data. Okay. Let us create a new data set by the name of revenue. Okay. Which data set do I need to use? I will use set command. I already have one data set with me, that is dfwlax, which is in the work library. Work.dfwlax2. Okay. This is the data set that I need to keep it as a base over here. Okay. So now what I'll do is I'll straight away create a column over here that if dest is equals to, if my destination is equals to LAX, right? What I want to do is I want to, if my dest is equals to LAX, then what should be my revenue? Then my revenue should be equals to 100 multiplied by first class. The name is first class plus 50 into economy. Okay. This is my first condition. Else, now my only destination that is left is now that will be Dallas only, because I just have two locations into my this data set. So I will straight away use else, and everything can be remain copied from here, and I will say else it is 50 into first class plus 25 into economy. Okay, and run. Is this code making sense to all of you? No, also indentation is not required in this. Okay, the indentation is not required. It is just that the sentence ending the semicolons have to be taken care of. That where that this will come, so indentation is not necessary in this. Like in the R, what happens is if the else is not starting from that last the curly braces, it gives you an error, right? So in this, as such indentation is not required. And Saurabh, so we have same revenue. Yes. See, you have to keep the same variable, because what we are trying to achieve is we are trying to create one new variable, that is revenue. Okay. Yes. So it will be, so revenue will be sum of, so what I want to find is I want to calculate the total revenue. 20 multiplied by 100 plus 137 into 50. That will be the revenue for this particular row. For DFW, it will be 50 into 20 plus 25 into 131. That will give me the revenue for this particular flight over here. So for each flight, I will be able to find my revenue.
So like in this case, then we will be we will not be able to find the revenues of DFW in the small, and where LX is also in the small.
Right, right. So it will not give you the revenue over there, because it will not be able to find that result. And in fact, what will happen is you will end up getting a result, but that will be not correct. You will get the result, and the result reason for that is because I am using else condition over here. Okay, because I am using else, so it will give you the revenue for small LAX also, but that revenue will not be correct in that case. Okay, let's keep it for now. Let us keep it like this. Else if, let us keep it like this. Else if, I can put that condition straight away over here. So I can say else if test is equals to DFW. Okay. Now let us just avoid that confusion itself. Then what I want is, then the revenue should be this. So let us execute it. Let us take the log if there were any errors and all. Okay, so nothing error, no error has been achieved. Let us see it. So if you see, I am getting the result over here, but where the DFW is in small, I'm not getting anything. Where LAX is different, I'm not getting anything, right? So these two and one over here as well. So why is it not? So over here, I already had a period. So that is why I'm not getting anything over here. Okay, because this was period. So that is why, it kind of, when I added up that period, it gave me period over here. So we discussed this thing, how we can kind of handle this scenario, these kind of scenarios. Yes, in that case, it would have taken that other values as well. Okay. So how can we control this thing, right? Because now some destination are in lowercase, some are in uppercase. Now that is a problem, right? Because I cannot keep on creating multiple conditions that if else if destination is equals to lowercase LAX or else if destination equal to lowercase DFW. So that will become very, very time taking. So how can we handle that thing? So again, we will be making use of some formulas over here, right? So we do not, so Saurabh, we do not need to use or, right? We can use or as well. I mean, that is a good thing. I mean, we can say if destination equals to LAX or destination equals to lower LAX, that can solve the problem. But what I can do is I'll in fact use one of my formulas. How many of you know like what is lower, upper, proper? Has anyone of you used these formulas in the past? Not in SAS, I mean anywhere in any other language. In Excel, in SQL, in R, in Python. Have you used these formulas? Lower, upper, proper? Okay, so lower and upper you guys have used it, right? See what is upper and what is lower. Let me show you that up. Okay. Okay, so you understand, right? What is upper, right? Upper is something, a formula that converts everything into uppercase. Lower is something that converts everything into lowercase. Now proper is, proper is something that what that does is it keeps the first alphabet in the uppercase and rest of the characters in the lowercase. That is what that upper does. Okay, so let me show you that up. So I will use the same formula over here. In this formula, I will say if upper of dest, right? I am saying if upper of dest. Now what this will do is it will first convert the column of destination into uppercase and then it will compare. Is it equals to LAX? Now, since all the characters will be converted into uppercase, so everything will come in the uppercase low LAX, right? And same thing over here. If upper of dest equal to DFW, if you use this, in this case also what will happen is all the data will be first converted into uppercase and then the condition will be applied. Am I right? So I can control that thing over here by using the formula upper over here. So I'm saying if upper of destination equals to this, and if upper of destination equal to this, then this should be the case that I should be getting. So let us run this and let us see how do we get the output now. Let me close the previous data set. Otherwise you will all get an error. It is created. So something went wrong. Let us check the log. Upper is unknown. So Oops. Okay, so in SAS actually we do not have that formula of upper. We have the same formula by the name upcase. Okay, upcase and Lcase. So these formula upper and lower, they are available by Lcase and upcase. So this is how these formulas are available. Okay, so that is the error that we got. So let us just run it. And now I can see the data is coming at all the rows. Okay, except for this one. Over here still I am getting a blank. So the formula was upcase. So Saurav, you're saying since we have only two places now with using upper keyword, we don't another else if for the, yes, right, you are right. So we don't need that any other the else if condition for lower case or upper case over here.
Sir,
Yep.
but in the revenue sheet means I want to say that the TFW it not has मतलब जब हमारी बन के आ रही है तो उसमें कन्वर्ट तो हुआ नहीं है मतलब
नहीं कन्वर्ट नहीं होगा ना, इट विल नॉट कन्वर्ट, क्योंकि मैंने यहाँ पे कन्वर्जन नहीं किया है अभी, मैं सिर्फ उसको कंपेयर करा रहा हूँ कि अगर अपर केस ऑफ डेस्टिनेशन इक्वल टू दिस, अगर आपको उसको अपर केस में कन्वर्ट भी करवाना है, इन दैट केस व्हाट यू विल हैव टू डू इज आपको मेंशन करना पड़ेगा कि ओवर हियर इन दिस कंडीशन, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल मैं इसको कॉपी कर लेता हूँ यहाँ पे, ओके, एंड लेट मी पुट इट अप ओवर हियर, एक नया डेटा सेट क्रिएट करते हैं रेवेन्यू 1, ठीक है। अब मैं इसमें क्या कर रहा हूँ, देन वाली कंडीशन में मुझे वो मेंशन करना पड़ेगा, basically what I'll do is I can create a simple column itself in this over here, या फिर इसमें ही कर देता हूँ मैं, fact that I want to create a new column destination equal to upper of test. So that is why if I'll put this up, then it will give me that a new, sorry, not again upper, you know, that is upcase. तो उस केस में आपको नया कॉलम दे देगा जिसमें वो कन्वर्ट हो जाएंगे, it will be converted into upper case.
so that's actually what I'm not getting ना that it is not converted it उसने उसको ना कन्वर्ट किया है, ठीक है, मतलब जैसे अगर यूजुअली हम इसको अप केस में करते या फिर जो भी है तो मतलब हाउ इट इज काउंटिंग इट, मतलब उसको वो एक्सेप्ट कैसे कर रहा है, क्यों कर रहा है जबकि वो एक्चुअली अपर केस में है नहीं।
See, यहाँ पर हमने क्या किया, the formula that I've applied over here is if up case of dest, अगर upper case of dest equal to LAX है, right? So आपकी ये condition है, यहाँ पे हम यहाँ पे assignment नहीं कर रहे हैं, आप यहाँ पे compare कर रहे हो, right? For example, if I'm saying left 3 characters of a destination equal to ABC, तो हम ये नहीं है कि उसमें से extract कर रहे हैं, हम उसको condition में check कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे कि अगर उसके पहले 3 करेक्टर अगर इक्वल टू एबीसी है तो हमें क्या करना है, राइट? तो यहाँ पर आप देखो तो इफ अप केस ऑफ टेस्ट, तो आप इसको असाइन नहीं किया आपने, उसको कंडीशन में चेक कराया कि अगर अपर केस ऑफ डेस्टिनेशन इक्वल टू LAX है, तो वो क्या कर रहा है, वो इस कॉलम में जा रहा है, वो चेक कर रहा है कि उसने ये सारी जो जितनी भी वैल्यूज थी आपकी, ओके, उसने इन सारी वैल्यूज को अपर केस में कन्वर्ट किया, उसको चेक किया बैकग्राउंड में कि अपर केस ऑफ डेस्टिनेशन ये LAX, अगर इसको मैंने अपर केस में कन्वर्ट किया, अगर वो इक्वल टू LAX आता है तो मुझे क्या करना है, अगर मैं इसको अपर केस DFW में कन्वर्ट करता हूं तो विल बी इक्वल टू DFW, तो मुझे क्या करना है, राइट? सो दैट इज व्हाट दिस कंडीशन है।
Basically it's just comparing the letters. If we
हाँ,
have the same
comparison,
it's comparing the letters, not if it's uppercase or lowercase, it's just comparing the letters.
पर उसको अपर केस में कंपेयर करना है, पहले उसको आउटपुट आपके जो आपका जो
Sir,
इनपुट है पहले उसको अपर केस में कन्वर्ट कर रहा है और फिर उसको कंपेयर कर रहा है।
बट वो उसमें एक्चुअल चेंज नहीं कर रहा है, मतलब वो सर एक तरीके से उसने लेटर ही कंपेयर किए, इफ इट्स LAX देन ओनली इट इज।
एक सेकंड, आपने लिखा, एक लिखा आपने LAX और एक आपने लिखा LAX, इन दोनों में क्या डिफरेंस है?
सर वो तीनों जो है लोअर केस में है, ये कैप अपर केस में है।
ठीक, अब सैस के लिए ये दोनों एक हैं या दोनों अलग अलग हैं? ये अलग है और ये दोनों एक ही हैं, अलग अलग हैं?
सर एक्चुअली इट्स नॉट अ केस सेंसिटिव लैंग्वेज, तो हाँ वो
नहीं, तो सैस जो है कोडिंग के केस में केस इनसेंसिटिव है, लेकिन जब आप कंपैरिजन में आते हो तो वहां पर वो केस सेंसिटिव हो जाती है। जब आप
ओके।
कंपेयर करते हो तब वो केस सेंसिटिव हो जाती है। अगर मैंने लिखा आई वांट टू सी दैट डेटा वेयर डेस्टिनेशन इक्वल टू LAX, तो यहाँ पर ये जो अगर LAX आपने कैपिटल में लिखा होगा तो वो आपको सिर्फ वही डेटा देगा जहाँ पे कैपिटल में LAX है। ये वाला डेटा जहाँ पे स्मॉल में LAX आ रहा है, ये वाला जैसे इनपुट है यहाँ पे एक ए छोटा है, तो ये आपका आउटपुट में नहीं आएगा। ठीक है, तो जब आप कंपेयर करते हो तो कंपैरिजन वाली जो वैल्यू होती है दैट बिकम्स केस सेंसिटिव। बाकी की पूरी लैंग्वेज आपकी केस इनसेंसिटिव है। तो इसका मतलब ये हुआ, जब मैं ये और ये सर्च कर रहा हूं तो ये सैस के लिए दो अलग वर्ड्स हैं। तो उस चीज को एक एक ही लिमिट पे या फिर एक लेवल पे लाने के लिए मैंने क्या किया, इसको भी इसके आगे एक फॉर्मूला लगा दिया, अपर ऑफ LAX, अब केस ऑफ LAX, ओके, अब केस ऑफ LAX। तो अब मैंने इसको अब केस ऑफ LAX निकाला तो इसका आउटपुट निकल कर क्या आएगा? LAX, राइट, ये निकल कर आएगा क्योंकि वो उसको अपर केस में कन्वर्ट कर देगा। अब ये दोनों, ये चीज जो मैंने लिखी है लेफ्ट साइड वाली और राइट साइड वाली, ये दोनों सेम है या अलग अलग है? बताओ मुझे, ये दोनों चीजें जो लिखी है मैंने, ये चीज और एक ये चीज, ये दोनों सेम है या डिफरेंट है?
सर दे आर सेम,
दे आर सेम, हाउ?
बिकॉज वी आर एक्चुअली कन्वर्टिंग इट इन अपर केस।
हाँ ठीक है ना, तो उसका आउटपुट ये निकल कर आएगा। अगर मैं इस चीज को अभी हाइड कर देता हूँ यहाँ पे, इफ आई हाइड दिस अप, मैं कहता हूँ ये आपको अभी नहीं दिख रहा है यहाँ पे अगर, ठीक है ना, तो आपको पता है कि ये बैक का आउटपुट जो निकल कर आएगा विच विल बी इक्विवेलेंट टू दिस। ठीक है ना, तो वही चीज हम इस कंडीशन में कर रहे हैं कि अगर हम इसको अपर केस लगा रहे हैं और वो वैल्यू अगर LAX के इक्वल आ रही है तो मुझे ये कंडीशन लगानी है। ठीक है, और सेम
गॉट
वे
इट सर,
यहीं पे वही, गॉट इट?
गॉट इट सर, थैंक
so this is how you basically apply your the if condition. अगर आपको multiple conditions हैं, you will use else if, and you want to use else, so else I hope everyone knows, जब आप else लिख देते हो तो anything that if all the previous conditions are false, in that case you get your output in the form of the जो भी आपने else में लिखा होगा, that is where you get this else condition. Now अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस, अब आपके पास इसके अंदर एक और कंडीशन आती है आपकी सैस के अंदर। ये तो हमने जो कंडीशन पढ़ी थी दैट वाज इफ एल्स। ठीक है, आपने लिखा इफ, आपने कंडीशन चेक करी, आपने कंडीशन चेक करी, अगर ये कंडीशन ट्रू है तो उसको क्या करना है, देन इट शुड डू दिस। अब एक और कंडीशन आती है हमारे पास सैस के अंदर, हम उसको बोलते हैं इफ एल्स इफ देन डू एल्स देन डू। अब इन दोनों में डिफरेंस में क्या है, राइट? आपके पास दो स्टेटमेंट्स हैं, एक है इफ एल्स, अब मैंने इसको मैं इफ एल्स नहीं लिखूंगा, मैं इस तरीके से लिखता हूं इसको ताकि आपको कंफ्यूजन ना हो। आई से इफ देन इफ देन डू, तो आपके पास दो टाइप की स्टेटमेंट्स होती हैं। तो दीज आर द टू स्टेटमेंट्स दैट वी हैव, इफ देन डू एंड इफ देन। तो अभी जहां पे हमने जो ये वाली स्टेटमेंट यूज करी है वो ये वाली करी है, इफ और देन, कि अगर ये कंडीशन ट्रू होती है तो उसको क्या करना है। और ये इफ देन डू वाली कंडीशन हम कहाँ यूज करते हैं? अगर आप देखोगे इस कंडीशन में, यहाँ वाले केस में, अगर मेरी कंडीशन ट्रू हो रही है तो मैं SAS से सिर्फ एक टास्क करवा रहा हूं कि अगर कंडीशन ट्रू है तो वो मेरे लिए रेवेन्यू का कॉलम जनरेट कर दे। ठीक है, जिसकी कैलकुलेशन ये होगी। अगर आपकी कंडीशन ट्रू है और आपको एक से ज्यादा टास्क करवाने हैं, राइट, इफ यू वांट टू डू मोर देन वन टास्क इफ योर कंडीशन इज ट्रू, तो उस केस में आपको देन डू यूज करना पड़ेगा। यू विल हैव टू यूज देन डू कंडीशन इन दैट केस। ठीक है, मेकिंग सेंस? अगर आपको एक से ज्यादा आउटपुट में कंडीशन चाहिए तो उस केस में आपको देन डू यूज करना पड़ेगा। लेट मी शो यू दैट एग्जांपल ऑफ इट, लेट अस सी दैट एग्जांपल। ठीक है, आई एम कॉपिंग दिस कोड, ओके, आई जस्ट पेस्ट इट ओवर हियर, और इसका हम नाम रखते हैं रेवेन्यू 2, एक नया डेटा सेट बना रहे हैं। मैं कह रहा हूँ इफ अप केस ऑफ डेस्टिनेशन इक्वल टू LAX, तो रेवेन्यू वो पहले कैलकुलेट करे, राइट? तो अब मैं लेकिन देन की जगह पे देन डू यूज करूंगा, आई विल बी यूजिंग देन डू। और देन डू के केस में आपको देन डू के बाद भी एक सेमीकोलन डालना पड़ता है। यू विल से रेवेन्यू शुड बी इक्वल टू दिस, सिटी इक्वल टू LAX है तो लॉस एंजेलिस, ठीक है? और यहाँ पे एल्सिफ देन डू, रेवेन्यू मेरा ये रहे और सिटी मेरी हो जाए डेलिस, ओके। तो अब इस केस में अगर आप देखोगे तो मैं यहाँ पे क्या कर रहा हूँ, अगर मेरी कंडीशन ट्रू हो रही है तो मैं दो टास्क करवा रहा हूँ सैस से। पहले एक तो कॉलम रेवेन्यू जनरेट करवा रहा हूँ और दूसरा एक कॉलम सिटी को भी जनरेट करा रहा हूँ। सेम वे एलसिफ में मैं पहले रेवेन्यू जनरेट करा रहा हूँ और एक सिटी जनरेट कर रहा हूँ। तो मेरा एक से ज्यादा टास्क हो रहा है इन दैट देन पार्ट। जब मेरी कंडीशन ट्रू हो रही है तो उस केस में मैं दो चीजें करवा रहा हूँ, यहाँ पे भी यहाँ पे भी। जब भी आपको एक से ज्यादा चीज करवानी है, यू वांट टू हैव मोर देन वन कंडीशन इन दैट, देन यू विल हैव टू यूज देन डू, ओके। अगर आप देन में दो कंडीशंस पास करोगे तो इट विल गिव यू एन एरर ओवर देयर। सी विषय, जो कंडीशंस है आपकी, राइट, कंडीशन तो आपकी यहाँ पे लगती है, राइट, इफ के साथ। कंडीशन तो आपकी इफ के साथ लगती है। आप इफ के अंदर जितनी मर्जी कंडीशंस डाल सकते हो। और देन में आप क्या कराते हो कि क्या होना चाहिए, कि अगर आपकी कंडीशन ट्रू है, व्हाट शुड हैपन इफ द कंडीशन इज ट्रू। So in that case, you can pass any number of events that should happen if the condition is true. Okay. Yeah. So let us see this now. Let us execute it. So revenue 2 बन गया मेरे पास. Oops, something went wrong. So let us see the log. No matching if then clause. Wait a second. This is end. Okay, you just have to put up an end statement as well. This is little tricky that it gets. That is why we didn't got this. Right? So Los Angeles, Dallas, and this. So we just have to put that end also after the two conditions that you would have given. तो उसके लास्ट में end भी आता है कि यहाँ पे आपकी conditions यहाँ पे close हो गई है. So if my condition is true, then do this and then end. Else if this condition is true, then do this and end. तो ये आप अपने जो then में जो आपने पास किया आप उसको end कर रहे हो कि कहाँ पे आपके if का जो task है वो close हो रहा है. So it is like blocks that you are creating, right? आप blocks create कर रहे हो इसमें कि आपका एक block ये वाला हो गया यहाँ पे जिसमें आपने ये वाला block बन गया आपका पूरा एक, right? फिर एक block आपका ये बन गया जो else if वाला हो गया. So it is working like blocks over here. Saurav, you're saying in Python indentation does the block job in okay. हाँ तो उसमें आप actually brackets वगैरह का use करते हो ना उसमें I guess. So Python I am not very much well versed. Like in R what we do is we make use of the curly braces, right? आप curly braces के अंदर जो भी बात लिखते हो तो वो एक block बन जाता है वहाँ पे कि अगर आपकी इफ कंडीशन ट्रू है तो वो आपका उस कर्ली ब्रेसेस के अंदर इट विल एग्जीक्यूट दैट एवरीथिंग ओवर देयर. Okay. Okay. Right, class? Anyone, any questions on this? Is it clear to all of you? Okay. So now what we'll do is, let us try to see, we have seen something as of now. हम लोगों ने data set create किए. हमने कुछ अभी तक what all things we have seen? If we want to remove any column from the data set, we can do that, right? वो हमने देखा है, how do we remove any of the columns from the existing data set? How do we do that? Drop, right? या तो आप use कर सकते हो drop या फिर आप use करते हो keep, right? When you say keep, it will keep only those columns in that the data set. Okay, these are the two variables that we can use. Similarly, if you want to delete some rows now, right? Now comes the part कि आपने एक data set create किया हुआ है यहाँ पे, जैसे कि for example ये revenue वाला data set है. Okay, what I want to do is I want to delete some rows over here. How will I do that? Say suppose I want to delete this row. मुझे अपना एक नया data set create करना है जहां पर मुझे ये वाला row नहीं चाहिए. So how will I create? How will I delete it? So let us see that now. Okay, so it is something again which can be done with the help of your the if condition only. What I'll do is I'll create a new data set. उसका मैंने नाम दिया data. Let us call it as delete. उसको मैंने नया delete. I want to use revenue 2. जो हमने revenue 2 एक data set create किया था. I'm using that as a base. I'll simply put up a condition. If अगर मैं condition डालता हूँ यहाँ पे, for example, if मैंने condition डाली यहाँ पे, if revenue is more than, say suppose I say 10,000. Okay, अगर मेरा revenue 10,000 से ज्यादा है, okay, so I see यहाँ पे मेरा 10,000 से revenue ज्यादा है और सिर्फ एक ही रो है जहाँ पे मेरा revenue 10,000 से ज्यादा है. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll put up a condition. If revenue is more than 10,000, then delete. What this will do is ये आपके उन सारे रोज को डिलीट कर देगा जहां पे भी रेवेन्यू 10,000 से ज्यादा है. So in order to delete the rows from your data set, you just have to build your condition कि किस condition पे आपको अपने rows को delete करना है, right? So you just have to pass on that condition over there. So I'm saying जहां पे भी revenue 10,000 से बड़ा है, delete that. Okay, if you want to put multiple conditions, say for example you want to say if the destination is equals to Los Angeles and revenue is more than 10,000, तो दोनों conditions को check करेगा और उसके basis पे आपके data को delete करेगा. Okay, so let me run this up and let us see how the output looks like. If you will see now, oops, you delete new again. So revenue 2. Oh, sorry, delete. Right. So this, if you see, जो मेरा row था वो delete हो गया यहाँ से, right? जो 10 जहाँ पे भी 10,000 से बड़ा था, that has been deleted. So मेरे data set का नाम delete था. So I have got that row deleted from there. So all of you now create a data set. Okay, now I'm giving a question. Create a data set for LAX only. आप लोगों को एक नया डेटा सेट क्रिएट करना है जिसमें सिर्फ LAX का डेटा होना चाहिए और कोई नहीं, सिर्फ लॉस एंजलिस का डेटा चाहिए मुझे, बाकी कोई डेटा नहीं होना चाहिए उसमें. अभी आपका चल गया, एसएस चल गया था, आपका इंस्टॉल हो गया था एसएस उसमें. ओ परफेक्ट। तो क्या प्रॉब्लम आ रही थी आपकी उसमें? ओ अच्छा, डेट 2000 की होनी चाहिए थी उसमें। ओके हाँ, कुछ कुछ केसेस में होता है ऐसा, लाइक किसी में 2014 आता है और किसी में वो 2000 आता है, एंड कुछ कुछ केसेस में तो वो करंट डेट पे भी चल जाता है। आई हैव सीन कुछ सिस्टम्स में वो करंट डेट पे भी चल रहा है, उनको कोई प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं आ रही है, विदाउट चेंजिंग द डेट आल्सो दे आर एबल टू यूज इट। ओके, डेटा सेट क्रिएटेड। Let us create this up, right? मुझे एक नया डेटा सेट क्रिएट करना है। I'll call it as, let us create that up, data LX, उसका नाम भी हम LX रख देते हैं, right? Set, कौन सा डेटा सेट यूज करेंगे? I can use the revenue to in the background, जिसको यूज करके मुझे नया डेटा सेट बनाना है। And what is the condition I'll put? If upper of, sorry, upcase, I don't know why I'm always using upper only. If upcase of test is equals to your DFW, right, then delete. Okay, now I can run this. So upcase, if I'll use this, so what this will do is, let us execute this command, and LX has been created. I just have the data of LX only in this, right? I just have one destination, LAX, that is Los Angeles. So this is how you can put the condition and create your individual data sets. See, Jatin, see, keep is something that we use for, our, we use it for the purpose of selecting the columns. Okay, आप keep और drop को use करते हो columns के लिए, कि आपको कौन सा column रखना है। अभी यहाँ पर हम क्या काम कर रहे हैं? rows पे काम कर रहे हैं, कि कौन सा row मुझे delete करना है और कौन सा row रखना है, right? So keep and drop are used for the column names, कि अगर मुझे सिर्फ destination रखना है और date रखना है और flight रखना है, then I will say keep। जब मुझे रोज डिलीट करनी है तो रोज में मुझे कंडीशन डालनी पड़ेगी कि कौन सी रोज मुझे डिलीट करनी है। ओके, and now the same thing, the same code that I have written over here. So sort of not equals to, you can use it like this. This is not equal to. Okay. So Vishay, I think आपने सिर्फ एक लाइन भेजी अपने कोड की, data LAX. Now the same code can also be written in one more way, right? आप इस चीज को एक और तरीके से भी आप इसको लिख सकते हो। I could have written the same code like this, Control C, Control V, ठीक है। I will say if upcase of destination is equals to LAX, ठीक है। अब देखो मैं कोड चेंज करूँ, थोड़ा सा देखना है इसको मैंने क्या किया, और इसके आगे मुझे कोई कंडीशन डालने की जरूरत नहीं है, right? What I can do is I can simply write it like this as well, if upcase is equals to this, right? आपने क्या किया यहाँ पे, आपने अपनी डेटा सेट का नाम कि कौन सा डेटा आपको रखना है उसके अंदर, you have just defined that portion over here. If the dest is equals to this, what you want, और उसके बाद अगर आप अपने इस कोड को रन करते हो, it will also do the same stuff for you. Okay, so if I say like this, if upcase of dest equal to this, एक नया डेटा सेट क्रिएट करते हैं जिसका नाम रखते हैं lex2. Okay, Los Angeles 2. I could have written the same code as well. तो भी देखो सेम आउटपुट आया आपके पास, ठीक है. उसमें डिलीट की जगह पे मैंने क्या किया है, मैंने कंडीशन रिवर्स कर दी कि मैंने कहा तो ये ऑटोमेटिकली उसको कीप समझ लेता है उसको. इट ऑटोमेटिकली अंडरस्टैंड दैट आई हैव टू कीप ओनली दैट डेटा जहां पे ये LAX है. Okay, so class, so I think we can take a quick short break over here and let's start after that. Okay.
Sir,
Yeah, Mohsen.
sir, just one thing. Can you share the code where you created revenue two? I'm getting some issues there. Then do I don't know. It's not.
Then do okay. This one, revenue 2,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. No, it's not an issue, so you can just keep the screen on this. I will type. It's not a big issue.
No, I just shared it. Not a problem. I'll also keep it here.
So I have a doubt. As we are doing all such things, so this delete and whatever we are doing, it is reflecting the original data set.
Sorry.
Is it getting stored in the original data set, or it is just temporary?
Your voice is coming very low. Is it keeping the
Sir, am I audible now?
I mean, you're audible, but voice is very low.
Sir, I am saying that like whatever functions we are performing, that is deleting or keeping, so is it being performed in the original data set?
No. See, if you see over here, what I'm doing is I am every time creating a new data set. I have given a command data LAX2. And what I'm saying is I have to use this data set, right? So revenue 2
Right.
data set, it will use this data set as an original. On this, it will do all the operations and save that data in a new data set, that is
New
LAX2.
data set. Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah. If you
Thank you.
want to overwrite it, if you feel that the changes should be done on the same data set, you do not want to keep on making the new data set copies, so you can keep the data set name as the same. You will keep the name also as same. So what it will do is it will overwrite it. It will overwrite the original data set. Okay.
And so, what is the difference between this program editor and the normal editor we see? Enhanced editor.
See,
Yes, sir.
enhanced is basically, so it is as there is no difference. It is like if you will when you are installing it, so if this enhanced editor gets installed, it is little more user friendly. You will type the code, so it comes in a proper case. You will find the proper colors and everything coming up over there. So it is more user friendly. Enhanced editor, the enhanced editor, program editor, it looks like more like a notepad kind of a stuff. But enhanced editor in my case, it didn't got installed. I don't know why, what happened. So when I open this up, so it gives me this error over there. So it didn't got installed somewhere. But if you have it, so you will notice everything remains the same. It is just that it is little more user friendly in terms of writing.
Yes, sir, that's the thing. I use that only, so that is the thing. And so there is basically no difference.
No, nothing. So there is no difference. It is just the same thing.
Okay, sir. And is it possible, matlab, if I write, there is a mistake made by me, like instead of typing label for label, I type labele. So will it correct it on itself?
See, some of the things it auto corrects it, and many times it gives the error as well. So label, or sometimes, if you have written dat, so if you have to write, say suppose data, and you by mistake wrote it like this dat, okay, so it will auto correct it. So some few things it is able to auto correct it, but not all.
हाँ वो सब errors तो show करता है, yeah, yes, there is something wrong.
Hello. Yeah. Hey, class. So shall we start? So let us start from here. See, now we have seen, how we can, with the help of some if conditions, we can control, right, what data we want, how we can add up some new additional columns in that, right? And now, what we will be seeing over here is how we can combine the data sets. Okay, so now we will see, up till now what we were doing was we were working on the same data set and we were modifying it. Okay, so now we will be seeing how we can combine the different data set if you have. So let us see that up. Let us pick up some data sets which will help us into that. So before I even jump onto that, I would like to ask you some questions. Okay, so what do you think, what are the different ways in which the data sets can be combined? So let me ask you one thing. In what ways can data sets can be combined? Okay, horizontal. What else? Vertical. Right. So there are two ways by which we can actually combine the two data sets. Okay, one is horizontal and one is vertical. So how do you join vertical data sets in the R? आप R में vertical data sets कैसे करते हो? Join कैसे करते हो vertical data sets? Anyone? Members? No. Merge से तो आपके data set horizontally join होते हैं. When you use the merge command in your R, तो आप वहाँ पे उसको basically you append वही तो, that is my question, right? Appending तो आप मुझे definition बता रहे हो sort of, right, कि by appending the rows. But how do you append the rows? आपके पास दो data frames हैं, right? You have two data frames with you in the R. आप उन दोनों को एक के नीचे एक append कैसे करोगे? By row. I mean rows तो मैं add करनी है, R bind, right margin, right? So you will use the formula R bind over there. रो बाइंडिंग करते हो ना, उसके अंदर आप नीचे रोज उसके आगे नीचे ऐड कर सकते हो. So you use the formula R bind over there. Okay, concatenation is when you have to combine two columns and make one column out of it. That is called as concatenation. Okay, so now that the same R bind concept, right? R bind concept जो same जो चीज होती है वही same चीज अभी हम यहाँ पर करेंगे. I want to put the data sets one below the another, and doing that in the SAS is very simple. You can very easily do that. Okay, the only thing that you have to make sure is आप देखो जब vertically data sets को join करते हो, right? What you have to take care of कि आपके जो columns हैं they should be same, right? If suppose I am in the Excel. Okay, let me show you this over here. This Excel now. Okay, तो आप कैसे डेटा सेट को ज्वाइन कर सकते हो? आपके पास एक डेटा सेट में पर्सन और रीजन दिए हुए हैं और एक और डेटा सेट है उसके अंदर आपको दोबारा से कुछ पर्सन और रीजन के नाम दिए हुए हैं, राइट? यू हैव सम रीजंस ओवर हियर, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल इसमें ईस्ट वेस्ट साउथ दिया हुआ है, इसमें आपके पास रीजन दिया हुआ है नॉर्थ ईस्ट एंड यू हैव से सपोज नॉर्थ वेस्ट. सो ये आपके पास दो रीजंस हैं और पर्सन है से सपोज राम एंड श्याम. तो बेसिकली क्या होगा व्हेन यू अपेंड द डेटा सेट्स, सो ये जो पर्सन के नेम है they will come below this over here, right? And these regions will come over here, right? This is how that concatenation of the two data sets happen when we talk in the context of vertically combining the data set. मैं यहाँ पे vertically data sets को join किया है. Now the same concept is followed in the SAS as well, right? In the SAS आपका basically क्या करता है? It checks on the basis of column names. वो column name के basis पे check करता है कि देखो यहाँ पे पहले person है फिर region है और यहाँ पे पहले रीजन और यहाँ फिर पर्सन है. यू कैन ओनली इट विल SAS will concatenate the data set, वो आपके डेटा सेट को हॉरिजॉन्टल वर्टिकली अपेंड करेगा बाय मैचिंग द कॉलम नेम. पर्सन के नीचे पर्सन को ले आएगा और रीजन के नीचे रीजन को ले आएगा. ओके, तो उसके लिए सीक्वेंस का होना जरूरी नहीं है, राइट? द सीक्वेंस ऑफ द कॉलम इज नॉट कंस्ट्रेंट. अगर आपके कॉलम्स kind of same sequence में नहीं भी है, still you will be able to append the data sets, append the data in the SAS. Okay, so let us see that how we can do it. Let me come back to the SAS. Now over here, let me see which data sets we can use over here. Have that. So I have this APR target, and we have June target. Okay, see, we have these data sets that we can plan and try to combine these data sets together. Okay, so actually I was trying to figure out some the simpler data set that we can use over here as of now. Just give me a minute. I'm just trying to figure out if I can have some smaller data sets which I can use. Okay, so let us use these data sets only. So I have APR target. Okay, one data set is April target, and another data set that I have is May target. Okay, आपके पास दो data sets हैं, एक April और एक May. Let's just open that up. Okay, now just understand it what we have. अब दोनों डेटा सेट्स देखोगे, एक डेटा सेट में मेरे पास अप्रैल का डेटा है और एक में मई का डेटा है. Okay, I have the information that is same: flight number, destination, scheduled date of flight, target number of passengers, target number of economy passengers, फिर target revenue and target revenue of first class and target revenue of economy class, right? So now the data is similar in this. Okay, what I want to do is, rather than having the data sets in two different data sets over here, right? Okay, so I just this, maybe we can use this. ये थोड़ा सा ना आपका थोड़ा सा ट्रिकी है, इसमें कोई चीज और बतानी पड़ेगी आपको. Yeah, so I have this data set. Okay, so now you see this is a normal data set that we can use over here. We have Miami employees और एक आपके पास यहाँ पे होगा एक और data set Paris employees, right? If you see now ये दो data set है मेरे पास, Paris employees और Miami employees, ID और salary, right? थोड़ा सा डेटा है, ID दो रोज है दोनों के अंदर, मुझे क्या करना है, इन दोनों डेटा सेट्स को कंबाइन करके एक सिंगल डेटा सेट बनाना है, राइट? आई वांट टू मेक वन सिंगल डेटा सेट आउट ऑफ these three data sets that I have. So how will I do it? How will I combine these data set and make one data set out of it? Is I will come over here. I will say I want to create a new data set, and the name of the new data set is, say, let us call it as employees. Okay. Then I will say set. What are the data set that I want to combine? I want to combine DSP55 dot Miami EMP plus I want to use DSP55 dot Paris EMP. Okay, that's it, and run it. If you want to append two data sets vertically, अगर आपको दो data sets vertically append करने हैं, बस उन दोनों data sets के नाम लिख दो आप. SAS will automatically do that stuff for you. Let us see it. Let us create that. And in the work, I have created employees. So I can see 4 rows coming over here. ID के नीचे ID है आपके पास, salary के नीचे salary है आपके पास. Okay. So that is how easily you can actually combine the data sets in the SAS. अगर आपके पास 5 data sets हैं, you just have to give the name of 5 data sets and it will append them one below the another. Okay. See, similarly, you have one more data set with you over here. If you will see in this library only DSP55, there is one more data set that is Rome EMP. उसमें भी similar सा data है. Now try to combine all the 3 data sets together. Rome, Paris, or Miami. Make a new data set with all of them 3 data sets together in that. Yeah, so already we are adding rows over here. So this is like vertically that is happening, right? हमने vertically data set को join किया. मेरे पास जो data sets थे, they were Paris में 2 rows थे और Miami में 2 rows थे. तो vertically इसके नीचे Paris के नीचे उसका data आ गया, right? Miami का. So I have combined that 2 data set vertically. तो जब मेरा final data set बना, the final data set that we have, in that I have 4 rows now. Okay, now combine the data set. इसके अंदर आप DSP वाले के अंदर Miami के साथ Paris plus combine the data of Rome also. So what I will do is I just need to add one more DSP55 dot Rome EMP. Okay, this is what I'll do it. Yes, Saurabh, so what you have shared is perfectly fine. So this is what I need to do. और मैं उसको overwrite कर रहा हूँ, right? अभी जो मेरे पास employees वाला data set है, उसको मैं overwrite कर रहा हूँ. If you see now, employees को मैं rename नहीं कर रहा हूँ. उसमें 4 rows हैं. इसको close किया, मैंने इसको overwrite कर दिया. Now it should have 6 rows in it. So I've got 6 rows in this. Okay, any questions? Anyone on this? So now, so there is one more thing. Say suppose when you are combining these 2 or 3 data sets, right? Sorry, why? Sorry. So sorry, you should not have end. You should be having run over there, right? Yeah, there should be a run over there. Yeah. So now, say suppose when you are combining these 3 data sets, okay, when you are appending the data sets vertically, and what you want is that when you are combining the data set, it should be kind of, vertically appended in a sorted way, right? You want that the data should be appended, but in a sorted fashion. When I say sorted, for example, the data that you had in the data sets that we were using, that was DSP 55, Miami employees. Okay. Now what I want to achieve is when I kind of appending the data of Miami with the data of say suppose the Paris. Okay, what I want is the data should be appended in a sorted sequence of ID. Okay, I want that the data should be appended in a sorted sequence of ID over here. So for example, first, like if in these two data sets, my top row should be this one, 83. Second row should be 109. Third row should be 217. 171. And fourth row should be 217. So I want when the data is getting appended, so the data should be sorted on the basis of ID. So what I'll do is, in that case, you will have to take care of two things. One is data sets should be sorted. Okay, so before appending the data, you will have to make sure the data sets should be sorted. And then second thing, you will have to use by variable. You will have to use by variable. Okay, so now if you will see, my data sets are already sorted. ये मेरा Paris का data है already sorted ID के basis पे, right? 83 and 270. Same is the case with Miami, 109, 171. तो मुझे इसको sort करने की जरूरत नहीं है, right? So there are two ways of doing the same stuff. या तो आप क्या करो, पहले डेटा को अपने combine कर लो और उसके बाद उसको sort कर लो, या फिर आप चाहते हो कि आपका जब डेटा combine हो वो उसी टाइम पे sorted हो. So in that case, what you will have to make sure is कि पहले आपके individually data set sorted होने चाहिए, तो उसके बाद जब आप उसको combine कर रहे हो, you will add by ID. आप उस variable का नाम डाल दो, ठीक है? So now if you will see, if I'll create this, let us call it as employees 2, so that we can see the difference. Oops. Pick it up from here. Okay, so my new data set is created. If I'll come to the work, अब यहाँ पे आप employees और employees 2 में दोनों खोल देता हूँ, right? देखो 109, 171, 83, 217. This data is not sorted. उसने क्या किया, पहले डेटा लिया मियामी का, फिर लिया पेरिस का और फिर लिया रोम का. But employees 2 में you will find the data is coming in a sorted fashion. 59, 83, 109, 154, 171, 217. So data is sorted on the basis of ID in this particular case. Okay. So if you want the data to be sorted when it gets appended, so you will have to use the by variable in that code. So sort of by is not like, I mean, yeah, it's like an ID column where you're defining that basically on what basis the sorting should happen. So it is not like a foreign key. Okay, so I was expecting one question over here that I just didn't got. Okay, so the question was, what if, okay, what if my column names are not same? Okay, आपका data same है, but आपके column के जो नाम है वो same नहीं है. Okay, if suppose in this case the column names were person and region, और यहाँ पे था say suppose manager and region. अब ये data अगर आपका suppose करो इस तरीके से आपके पास, right? These are the two data sets, but columns के नाम different है. यहाँ पे इस column का नाम person था, यहाँ पे इस column का नाम manager था. So now what will happen? What will be the output in that case? अगर अब मैं इन दोनों डेटा सेट्स को आपस में कंबाइन कर देता हूँ, So what is the output that I'll get? So right, Saurabh, you will get 3 columns in that output, right? आपके पास क्या output आएगा? The output will not be this. You will have 1 column of person, you will have 1 column of region and manager. ये आपके पास 3 columns इस तरीके से output में आएंगे, right? तो ये जो region और ये data है, that will come right over here like this. These regions will come over here, right? और यहाँ पे जो 2 manager आए आपके, वो यहाँ पे 2 ये manager आ जाएंगे, right? So this is how the data will be created if the column names are different. तो ये आपका blank हो गया और ये आपका blank हो गया.
Sir, I would like to add up another question. Suppose we have the same column names and still I want to append both these data sets horizontally so that the output will consist of 4 columns. But in both the data sets, we have same column names. How can we do that?
That you cannot do it, right? How will you do it? So for combining the data set horizontally, what you have to do is you actually need to have something in the common. Are you getting it?
Right, but what I was saying, I don't want to change the column names like by this procedure.
I didn't get it.
Like,
can you come again?
Like right now we have 2 data sets, region manager, region person. So if we change this manager into person, now in both the data sets we have same column names, but still I
only
want
2 columns in the output.
No, I want 4 columns in my output.
4 columns in your output
without changing column names. Can we do that?
No, so you एक बार आप मुझे अपना आउटपुट समझाओ, मुझे आपका आउटपुट समझ में नहीं आया. तो आपको ये आउटपुट चाहिए कि ये इस तरीके से आ जाए आपके पास, right? And then you want these 2 also coming up like this over here.
Right, sir. Right, sir. Right, sir.
This is what you want in this one.
Changing column names. Suppose in both the data sets we have same column names. And I want the output in this way, the way you have highlighted.
See, the first thing is you cannot have 2 columns by the same name.
Exactly, I know. But can we do that in SAS?
No, so this is not possible. I mean, you cannot just combine them like this horizontally. You need to have something in common between the 2. तो आपका यहाँ पे joins का concept use होता है basically.
Exactly, sir. Right, join.
हाँ, तो join के लिए आपको use करना पड़ता है, उसका अलग से syntax होता है, that I'll be telling you. वो merge command use करते हैं हम उसके लिए, so merge के basis पे आप उसको horizontally join कर सकते हो data को. Okay. Right. So now coming back to this, if suppose these were my 2 data sets, अब इसमें क्या हुआ, मेरे column का नाम different हो गया, तो मेरा output क्या हुआ यहाँ पे? My output that I'm getting now over here is not correct, right? The output that I'm getting is not making sense over here, क्योंकि मेरा जो manager था वो technically यहाँ पर आना चाहिए था. It should have come up over here. So what we do in such scenario is we temporarily rename the column. आप अपने column को rename कर सकते हो. तो आप क्या करोगे उस केस में? If you want to combine these 2 data sets, suppose करो इस data set का नाम था और DS1 और इस वाले data set का नाम, जो ये वाला data set है, इसका नाम था DS2. So how will I write the command is, I will say data, I want to create a new data set. Let us call it as data people. Okay. I will say set DS1 and DS2. Okay. Over here in the DS2, I will use a command rename equals to, अब DS2 में column का नाम है manager. So I will say rename equal to manager equal to person. So what this will do is, while executing the code, it will temporarily behind the scenes background में वो क्या करेगा, इसका नाम change करके manager का नाम change करके कर देगा person. So as a result of which, when the final output you will get, in that final output आपके data के अंदर ये जो data है आपका output will come like this. You are temporarily renaming the fields over there. You are temporarily renaming the column name while appending the data, ताकि आपके पास एक third नया column create ना हो, and the output you want, it comes in the correct order. Okay, so you will have to use the command rename. that is where you will be able to kind of get the result that you are looking out for. All of you, are you getting it? Okay, so now all of you please do a task. आपके पास you have 3 data sets with you. Okay, you have 3 data sets with you. One is your April target, May target, and June target. I would like all of you to actually combine those 3 data sets and create a new data set out of it. Okay, you have 3 data sets over here. One is APR target, April target, and then you have May target. Okay, ये 2 data sets हैं और एक third data set आपके पास June target. Use these 3 data sets और जो नया डेटा सेट आप क्रिएट करोगे उसका नाम आप दे सकते हो क्वार्टर. ओके, यू कैन गिव दैट नेम एज अ क्वार्टर. सो दिस इज क्वार्टर 2, यू कैन कॉल दैट एज क्वार्टर 2, जिसमें आपका अप्रैल, मई और जून 3 मंथ्स का डेटा उसमें आएगा. सो जस्ट डू इट. आई वुड जस्ट लाइक टू सी द अप्रोच हाउ यू डू दिस अप. So these are, so sort of, these are not the names, these are the labels that you have. So these are the labels that you will have. So first of all, you will have to identify the column names, actual column names, and you might have to rename some of them in order to append them, right? So what you can do is you can always see, it's not always necessary to write that proc content. आपको हमेशा proc content लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है. आप data set पे right click करोगे, you can go to the properties. Okay, and you come to these columns. तो आप वहां से भी आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हो कि ये कॉलम का नाम, एक्चुअल कॉलम का नाम ये है और उसके ऊपर ये लेबल लगे हुए हैं. So you can see that thing from there as well. Just right click on the data set and go to the properties. Okay, just click on columns and you can see it. तो देखो फॉर्मेट लगा हुआ है इसके ऊपर, प्लस यहाँ पे आपके पास लेबल लगे हुए हैं और ये आपका टाइप बताया हुआ है और ये कॉलम का नाम है. So Aman, can you share your can you share this code that you have written? So your library name is DSP, right? आपने अपनी library का नाम DSP रखा हुआ है. And last में end नहीं आएगा, you will have to write run. I don't know why. तो आपका code जो है basically वो उसमें चला गया होगा, आपको run लिखना होता है basically इसमें. So do you see आपके यहाँ पे कुछ program editor में यहाँ पे running तो नहीं लिखा हुआ आ रहा है? Do you see something running coming over here? Program editor के यहाँ पे side में running लिखा हुआ आ रहा है आपके यहाँ पे in this area. So this basically you'll have to first of all figure out the column names, और आपको rename command use करके you will have to solve this out. So if you will create it, let me create a data. I want to create a new data set. Let me call it as quarter. Okay. Set DSP 55 dot एक का नाम है जून मई टारगेट, फिर एक है DSP 55 dot जून टारगेट, and then I have DSP 55 dot May target. Okay, these are the columns that I have over here, or these are the three data sets that I have. अगर मैं इसको rename किए बिना इसको, what I do is without renaming the columns, I create this data set. Let us see how the output will look like. So if I go back to the log, see in the log, I have not got any error. It has read the observations from all the three data sets and it has created a new data set for me. Let us see how that output looks like. If I go to the work quarter, so this is how that output finally looks like to me, right? This is the final output that is coming up over here. In fact, it is coming correct only. All my column name is completely same. Is that the case? I have, oops, actually I have just given one wrong. One is April. This is APR target. One is May target. And last is June target. Right? I just gave the name as the same. Let me execute this now. So let us run this. See, now if you see the output is coming a little weird over here, right? If you see over here, I am getting flight number as correct. Destination aa raha hai aapke paas. Or flight number, in fact, if you will notice, this flight number is also coming at two places. Flight number yahan pe bhi aa raha hai aur flight number yahan pe bhi aa raha hai, right? Total number of passengers first class yahan par bhi aa raha hai aur ye yahan par bhi aa raha hai, right? You see it? If you just open up this data set, total number of economy passengers यहाँ पे भी आ रहा है और यहाँ पे भी आ रहा है, but यहाँ पे कुछ numbers हैं, ये blank है. If I'll scroll it down, you will see अब यहाँ पर number आ गए और यहाँ पे blank हो गया. That is because किसी एक data set में columns के नाम different है. In one of the data set, the column names are different. और वो कौन से column है जिनका नाम different है? वो सिर्फ दो column है, तीन column है. एक flight number, एक फर्स्ट क्लास पैसेंजर और इकोनॉमी क्लास पैसेंजर. ये तीन कॉलम ऐसे हैं जो किसी एक डेटा सेट में दे आर डिफरेंट. सो व्हाट वी नीड टू डू इज वी नीड टू रेक्टिफाई दैट कॉलम नेम इन दैट पर्टिकुलर डेटा सेट. सो इफ आई टेक्निकली सी, दैट इज द थर्ड डेटा सेट, दैट इज द जून टारगेट, और प्रोबब्ली इट इज द अप्रैल टारगेट, आई गेस, राइट? मई और जून तो हमारा पहले भी आ रहा था. इट इज द अप्रैल टारगेट इन विच द कॉलम नेम्स आर डिफरेंट. So Aman, you are getting the SAS step because of the following errors. The error, Aman, that you have got is because आपका जो data set है ना वो खुला हुआ होगा. आपका quarter targets data set जो है वो it would have been opened up on your SAS. That is why it kind of stopped, I guess. So let us rename the columns over here. Let us all rename the columns. आपका let's see किस data set में columns का नाम different है. I'll go to my library DSP and let us open this April target. properties, and I can see column name यहाँ पर है flight और E class target or F class target, right? E class star or F class star. Let me go to the data set that is May. Maybe June खोल लेते हैं. So I'll go to the properties of this as well. So I can see now over here column names. तो देखो यहाँ पर इसमें data set का नाम है flight और यहाँ पर है flight ID और destination is same, date is same. That this is F class star and this is E target, right? Let us open the May also. तो सारे डेटा सेट्स में हम चेक कर लेंगे कि किसमें डेटा सेट का नाम हमें करेक्ट करना है. दिस इज द मे टारगेट. लेट अस गो टू द प्रॉपर्टीज एंड कॉलम्स एंड लेट अस सी ऑल द थ्री ओवर हियर. तो जून और मई में ठीक है आपके कॉलम्स, फ्लाइट आईडी टू फ्लाइट आईडी, डेस्टिनेशन टू डेस्टिनेशन, ई टारगेट टू ई टारगेट. तो मई और जून में डेटा ठीक है, बट अप्रैल में कॉलम्स के नाम डिफरेंट है. तो यहाँ पे आपको रीनेम करना पड़ेगा. अप्रैल के अंदर यू विल हैव टू रीनेम योर कॉलम्स. तो फ्लाइट को करना पड़ेगा फ्लाइट आईडी और ई क्लास स्टार को करना पड़ेगा ई टारगेट और एफ क्लास स्टार को करना पड़ेगा एफ टारगेट. सो दीज आर सम कॉलम्स दैट वी विल हैव टू रीनेम. सो लेट अस डू दैट अप. So let us do it. In the April target, what I need to do is I need to rename equal to, so flight is equals to flight ID. Okay. Then you put up a comma and then you will define the next column, that is, so sorry, not a comma, flight equal to flight ID or what the column ka naam? It was E class star, right? E class star equals to E target okay, and then we have one more column with us, that is F class target, sorry, F class star equal to F target. Okay, I'm just putting it into the next line just for that, so you can all see it, and we can close this. So these are the columns that we have. Rename flight equals to flight ID, E class star equal to the E target, and same way F equals to F target. Okay, so this bracket closed. Now let us run this. Let me make sure that quarter is closed. Okay, the data set is closed over here, and let me run this up. Let us check the log first. So I didn't got any. So I have got 7 variables. Let us check it out. Is it correct or not? So now if I see, I do not have any additional column coming as blank. Now all the data is coming perfectly over here in one single data set, right? All the data set is combined. I just had to rename these 3 columns: flight with flight ID, E class star with E target, F class star with F target. And the renaming was required only in one data set. And that is how we are able to achieve the correct code over here. Okay, class? Aman, will you share your screen? I'll just help you out with that. If I make you the presenter. Yes, Aman? Will you be able to share your screen if I just make you the presenter? So I'll just quickly take a look at it, what problem is happening at your end. Hello. Yeah, Aman, you can share your screen. I have made you the presenter. I think आपके दो नाम आ रहे हैं यहाँ पे, अमन सैनी, एक दो नाम आ रहे हैं आपके, अमन सैनी and this. Okay, so let us see it out. सी एक तो आपका आ रहा है जून टारगेट, तो आपका देखो उस डेटा सेट का नाम ही गलत लिखा हुआ है. जो जून टारगेट है ना, उसकी स्पेलिंग JUN है, ई नहीं है उसमें. सो दैट इज इट इज सेइंग फाइल DSP जून टारगेट डेटा डज नॉट एग्जिस्ट. तो आपका पहला एरर तो वहीं पे आपका आ गया. तो आपने वो एक्चुअली पूरा एरर आपने लिख के नहीं भेजा था, इसलिए आई कुडंट फाइंड इट. सी नाउ रन दैट कोड. अब आप इस कोड को रन करोगे तो आपका चल जाएगा. ओके, बन गया. अब जाके देखो आप उस डेटा सेट को. राइट, अब आपके देखो 3 कॉलम्स फ्लाइट नंबर अलग अलग बनकर आ रहे हैं क्योंकि उनके कॉलम नेम्स डिफरेंट है. राइट, सो दैट इज व्हाई वी यूज द कमांड ऑफ रीनेम. तो हमने अप्रैल वाले टारगेट के अंदर डेटा सेट्स के कॉलम्स को रीनेम किया. गॉट इट? So with that, I think, class, we will be taking a pause over here. In the next session, we will be learning about how we combine the data sets horizontally. Okay, we will learn how we can combine the data sets horizontally. Plus, we will be learning about how do we, make some, we will be exploring about some of the different procedures. Some proc report, proc tabulate, and proc plot in order to make some charts and visualizations. Okay. Yeah. So, yep. So that's it. So let us meet and connect next week. And if you have any doubts, go ask. Yep.
Sir, what about the horizontal concatenation also? So
that is something that I'll be said ना कि हम उसको next week करेंगे. Horizontally कैसे data set को जोड़ेंगे. Yeah. So that is called as merging of the data sets. Okay. Okay, class. So have a great week ahead and enjoy. Yeah, a little bit. The weather change that is happening. So that is why a little bit of a cold.